Hi everyone, this is Mr. Seymour and welcome to week number 7 of Government 2305, Introduction to American Government. This week our topic is political parties and their role in the United States government. There are a couple of very important concepts that I want you to keep in mind as we examine this aspect of government. First, the Founding Fathers hated the idea of having or encouraging political parties in the new constitutional government that they were preparing. But James Madison and other writers of the Constitution also realized that the only way to prohibit or impede the progress of political parties would be to outlaw them altogether, and they saw that as trampling on the very liberties that they were trying to guarantee. So they decided to have competition among alternative factions, as they labeled them, and that would lead to a kind of compromise that would see that no one faction or party would control the government. This would be accomplished through a separation of powers and a system of checks and balances. So this week we will be examining political parties from several different perspectives. First, we will attempt to define what political parties are and to take a look at where they come from and their development in our history as a nation. Next, we will take a contemporary look at what political parties are like today. We will look at their role, both formal and informal, in government, their relationship with the electorate, and their important duty as a linkage institution between the voters and their elected officials. Lastly, we will take a greater look at the role of political parties in the selection of nominees and candidates for office and their formal role in the lawmaking process. Now, as far as assignments this week, you will have your discussion question number 7, which will ask you to take a look back at the presidential campaign of 2016. During this campaign, both parties were bitterly divided on how they saw the future of American government and their leadership role as elected officials. Discussion question number 7 will ask you to consider the bitter fighting and partisan divide which seemed to overtake both sides during that presidential campaign. Specifically, you will be asked to consider this infighting and partisan divide and to comment on what you see as the future of the two-party system going forward. Next, you're going to have your position paper to write. This week's position paper uses a collection of assigned readings to present evidence and to debate both sides of the following issue. Should corporations and political action committees be allowed to spend money on political campaigns without any restrictions? What are the advantages and the disadvantages to such a policy? As always, if you have any questions or concerns, please email me or leave me a voice message at 915-301-9863, and I'll be happy to get back in touch with you. Have a great week.